Well, news just coming in. We are now getting a big political scoop out of the Rajasthan Congress tussle. We are learning that the Congress party has rushed its troubleshooter to Jaipur. Sources are now suggesting that Ashok Gehlot could be asked to step down. We're also learning from our sources that the Congress party may replace him with Sachin Pilot. Do remember that there has been quite a lot of controversy around the leadership tussle that we have seen in the Congress party within the Rajasthan unit now. Earlier also there was talk of the fact that Ashok Gehlot could be replaced by Sachin Pilot. Now the latest that we are getting on this is that this could happen before the 3rd of December. And the date for 3rd of December, of course, is because Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra actually reaches Rajasthan on the 3rd. Abhishek Kapoor, our senior executive editor, is joining us live right now. He has more details on this. Abhishek, good afternoon. We're now learning that a change in guard is almost on the cards for the Congress party in Rajasthan, and it could take place sooner rather than later.
Well, it depends on where the Gandhis would really tilt ultimately. Nupur, the fact of the matter is that this has been going on for a while, to the extent that in 2020 we saw an open rebellion that panned out by the Sachin Pilot camp. Of course, Sachin Pilot himself did not join those MLAs who had revolted and were camping in Gurugram, in fact, on the outskirts of Delhi, essentially to put pressure on the High Command to take a call. But since then, it seems at that time at least, Ashok Gehlot carried his weight. And remember, he belongs to the old guard. So in a way, the Congress old guard also came together and held on to one of their own rather than let our young Turk take the lead. The fact of the matter is that the Sachin Pilot, who as PCC president at that time really slogged and worked hard to make sure that Congress returned to power in Rajasthan. And of course, then we saw Ashok Gehlot becoming the chief minister. The tussle has started from day one, since the formation of the government there, with its ebbs and flows, lows. And now what we are seeing is Sachin Pilot, his patience really running out. And he has been telling the High Command that now a call has to be taken, otherwise he will have to look for options. I think that's the reason why, Nupur, a meeting is happening today for the first time between Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot, brokered by the High Command, and that's why State in Charge KC Venugopal is to be there. And it is expected that some solution might come out. Of course, if you go by the Pilot camp, one would want to, if you go by the Pilot camp, they would want us to believe that it's a done deal and that Gehlot would be removed. But if you go by whatever information is trickling from the Gehlot camp, obviously these are all fancies of the Pilot camp, given the fact that Ashok Gehlot is firmly entrenched. It goes without saying that that the two leaders have really dug it in, and it's unlikely that Gehlot, if he's asked to go, would go without causing some damage to the party. Remember, right, he relinquished becoming Congress president because he did not want to give up the chair, and that really gives you an idea. So if Sachin Pilot can cause a rebellion, so can Ashok Gehlot, a picture of which he gave at the time when he was asked to become Congress president and he refused. So I think all attention or all focus now on this meeting that is to take place under KC Venugopal between the two leaders, and then we would know perhaps in a couple of hours where the wind is blowing so far as Rajasthan's chief ministership is concerned.
Right now, Abhishek, what we've been hearing is that the Congress party in Rajasthan would want to really sort this issue out before Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra actually reaches Rajasthan. That's scheduled for the 3rd of December. But realistically, is it possible to deal with this situation? Because we've seen in the past how hard the Congress has tried to sort out this internal politics between the party, and it hasn't really yielded any results.
Well, as I see Rajasthan politics, particularly the Congress unit of Rajasthan, I think it still remains firmly in the hands of Ashok Gehlot, Nupur. Willy-nilly, it's the old warhorse of the Congress party, who I think still commands a majority, not just in the legislature party, but I believe in the district units as well. So in that sense, I think Sachin Pilot has more than a couple of times. Perhaps even if he wanted to really up the ante and read the riot act to the Congress High Command, has not been able to, essentially because the numbers have not added up for him. And it seems the picture is no different today as these talks happen. I think the best case scenario for Pilot perhaps could be that he extracts a promise from the Congress party that this is the last term for Ashok Gehlot. And for the time being, the old wily warhorse that Ashok Gehlot is, even he might say, okay, fine, if I get to buy this time till the elections, why not? So that perhaps could be an outcome. But as I said, you never know. And particularly post Ashok Gehlot's rebellion on the issue of becoming Congress president, even the High Command is no more as enamored to him as it was earlier, perhaps. So in that sense, I think it's more like even a Stevens between Sachin Pilot's rebellion and Ashok Gehlot's rebellion. And now it's really a call that the Gandhis ultimately have to take. So we have to wait for a while. We don't know as yet whether K.C. Venugopal has actually carried a letter or chitti, as it is called in the Congress culture, from the High Command. And he reads that to both the leaders in his presence. But clearly, it's if you go by the party organization structure, the ministers, the legislature party, obviously, Ashok Gehlot has an edge. But the fact that it was hard work of Sachin Pilot, which really steadied the Congress ship during the campaign, which brought the party to power in 2018, I think that is going to also be a factor when a decision is taken. We don't know as of now whether the truce is meant to be for the upcoming elections or just by a temporary reprieve till the High Command makes up its mind.
And also, if a truce does come about, Abhishek, the big question will be for how long will it last really, and will the Congress party hope to reap dividends from it? For the moment, Abhishek Kapoor, Senior Executive Editor, thank you very much for joining us. So that's one of the big stories we'll be tracking through the day for you today. The Congress tussle in Rajasthan expected to be resolved. That's what we are hearing from our sources, at least, that there is a meeting that will be taking place between the two factions and an emissary from the Congress High Command. All right, so what we're given to understand right now is that there is talk of the Congress party replacing Ashok Gehlot with Sachin Pilot. To remember that for a while now, there have been two factions within the Congress in Rajasthan, and there has been talk of Sachin Pilot, of course, taking on the chief ministership. Now, that's not going to be easy, because what we're given to understand is that Ashok Gehlot, of course, has continued to remain steeped in the Congress party, and also saying that that's something that's not acceptable to him. So what we are learning right now is that there is a key meeting that's going to happen between Ashok Gehlot, Sachin Pilot, and emissaries from the Congress party, who will be in Rajasthan, in Jaipur, brokering a peace of sorts. At least that's what we are learning now. We were also told earlier that perhaps the Congress party will hope to find a way out of this conundrum, a way out perhaps of this issue before the 3rd of December. That's when Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra essentially enters Rajasthan.